Good evening. My name is Sam Pamalis, and it is my honor to welcome you to the Haystack Creator Awards. Throughout the North American division, Adventist creatives have submitted their content, and now we've narrowed it down to the top 7 finalists. We'll be selecting 2 winners from the short form content category and 1 winner from the micro content category for a total of 3 winners tonight. Each winner will receive $1,000 worth of new equipment, mentorship from Adventist social media and content creation experts, and $250 each month to continue inspiring the world through their platforms. Let's start by meeting our judges. One of Instagram's early influencers from Brooklyn, New York, Christopher Finley, has a background in fashion and marketing. Now, working in ministry, he recently authored the book 7 Keys to Highly Effective Preaching. Welcome, Christopher.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
What are you most excited about with the talent here tonight?
What I'm most excited about for the talent that we have is to see how they utilize social media, the internet for their talents, and to glorify God.
Thank you, Christopher. Next up is the social media manager for the Women's Tennis Association, Lexi Center. Lexi, you've been able to travel the world from New York to Miami to Paris, running social media accounts for professional tennis tournaments. What are you hoping to see in tonight's content creators?
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some creativity, some original content, and seeing what these amazing creators have to offer.
Well, we're just going to have to see what they bring to the table. Our third judge tonight is professional YouTuber, podcaster, and church consultant Justin Koo. Justin has partnered with numerous organizations, colleges, and conferences around the world to use social media to bring people from opposing viewpoints together. Thank you for joining us tonight, Justin. What is your hope for the next generation of content creators?
I'm excited to see an entire generation of content creators who are not afraid to leave the walls of the church to do ministry. I think what we've seen a lot in the past, and which has been good and helpful up to this point, is ministry that happens within the 4 walls of a church. But now with the internet, with the ability to go into social media and so many different spaces, we can now take the message into spaces where the church would oftentimes be silent or have no voice at all. So I'm encouraging my young friends to be able to go out there, to be bold, and to go to places where the church has never been before.
Thank you, Justin. Our judges will be ranking each finalist on a scale of up to 50 points for the following criteria: delivery skills, knowledge of their content niche and audience, production quality, engaging content, and Christian encouragement. While our judges have looked at each creator's channels ahead of time, our finalists have been given a 1-minute video slot to introduce themselves to the judges and to share their vision for their channel if they win. Each judge will submit their score, resulting in a cumulative total, and they will provide feedback so that the finalists and other creative watching can learn how to hone their skills to be more effective digital missionaries. Now, let's dive into our first category of short-form content. Now, our first contestant comes to us from the great state of Washington. He's created engaging literature, evangelism, and man-on-the-street style YouTube videos. Welcome, Andrew. How are you feeling?
Hi, I'm feeling happy and very positive.
Tell us a little about your mission and creativity.
My mission is to tell everyone that Jesus loves them, and I like to do it in a creative, original, tactful, fun way, not just for myself, but for them to experience. And we also want everyone to know that Jesus loves them, not just through his words, but through his healing powers as we promote and share health information for people to overcome diabetes or anything that will harm the body.
Let's check out Andrew's submission video and learn a little more about his content.
Hi, do you want to be in my video?
Yeah.
We could just park over there. Okay, go.
I went hiking to Summit Lake. That's my best friend, Bo.
Picture of me on the beach.
Yeah, this is the last photo that I took.
Oh, I love that.
Call someone and tell them you love them.
I love you, bro. I love you too. Are you about to die? Nah, bro, I just love you.
Never said that you call somebody and say you love them. I love you. It was my friend. He answered. He said he loves me, and he never tells me he loves me, so I'm gonna cry.
Aww.
Really?
Aww. That was wait. So cute.
Show me.
Aww, poor Shelby.
So I came here just to tell you that Jesus loves you.
I like your message. Inspiration.
I'm Andrew, and I like to do inspirational Christian videos. I entered a contest. So if I won, I would get a drone and an electric skateboard. I've done filming and skateboarding before, but my camera shakes.
Oh, I hope you really do win.
Hopefully we can make her dream come true. Great job, Andrew. Now we'll turn it over to the judges to get their thoughts. Let's begin with Christopher.
I really like Andrew's video. I think it was original. I like how he engages with people. And I believe that this is the future of content. Just having the people out in the front, making them a part of it. It's very engaging. And I love how he uses it to, introduce Jesus. So I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Christopher. Lexi, what are your thoughts?
Andrew has a very welcoming aura to him. His quick question videos translate into some very nice feel-good videos. He is able to connect with strangers and get them into conversation even though he has just met them on the street.
Some solid points there. And Justin, what did you think?
So I really loved Andrew's video asking strangers to call someone and say, I love you. I thought it was a really fresh take on just the standard, guy on the street interview, approaching strangers to do something kind of uncomfortable or novel. And I was remembering what I felt like when I got in about maybe 4 or 5 minutes into the video. And then you said, hey, it's my turn to tell you that someone loves you. And you kind of did that twist. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. It was a pleasant surprise. And judging by the way that you made people feel, judging by their reactions, it was a surprise that they were actually really welcome to receive as well. And so I think that what you're doing really great is you're excelling when it comes to creativity, when you're trying ideas that are working out there in the world and then contextualizing it for ministry and for the gospel. And I just think that this was an incredible example of when you just knocked it out of the park.
Thank you, Justin. And as our judges' scores come in for Andrew, we are seeing some strong scores. 44, 40, and 46, giving Andrew a cumulative score of 43. Well, that is a strong start to the night. When we come back, we'll meet a YouTuber whose paintings and vlogs have acquired nearly 4 million views. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss this.
This is Hope Channel, a place of trust, of faith, of belief, where we unpack themes from the Bible, where we talk about family, health, and love, where we dive deep into verses from the Word of God with friends, where we answer questions about life, death, and everything in between, where you don't have to pray alone, where you can be encouraged, where your life can be transformed. Welcome to Hope Channel.
Welcome back to the Haystack Creator Awards. Our next contestant is a recent grad of Southern Adventist University. Welcome, Darcy. Are you feeling excited?
I am very excited. This is a super, super cool opportunity.
Great. Tell us about your creative journey that's led up to now.
Yeah, so I am an artist and an influencer. I've loved art for my entire life, and I started approaching the social media realm in high school. Since then, throughout high school and college, I have built it up on Instagram and YouTube as an influencer, posting my art, sharing my ideas, my thoughts, and also selling my art to my customer base on there.
What is the why behind what you do, Darcy?
I think one easy answer is that I love art. it's definitely how I live my life. I like to include creativity into my life in all aspects. And so being an artist is just very exciting to me. But then the other big thing, the reason why I put myself out there like I do, is I do want to be able to use this gift to touch other people. And I think the world needs a lot of beauty right now. So I think that I can be instrumental in putting some of that beauty out into the world.
Thank you, Darcy. Let's check out your 1-minute submission.
Hey, it's Darcy, and this is a little bit about my platform, That One Artist. So, here's the story. I started my Instagram as a freshman in high school. 1 year later, I started YouTube. I went to college, made some vlogs, created some art. I landed on the other side with a bachelor's degree in fine art. That pretty much catches us up to present day Darcy. My platform is all about doing whatever I can to make the world a more beautiful place. And that mission underlies all the art I post, all the vlogs I create, all the thoughts I share. I try to be real and vulnerable wherever I can so that this beauty and so that God can fully be seen in my work and in my presence online. I do know that I want to live my life for other people. Something changes in a person when they start living their life out of love and selflessness. I want to live that kind of a life. That's the mindset that I have when I approach this platform, and I just hope that somewhere along the way I am putting value out into the world. Every single day is just filled with potential, and so this is just me trying to make something of that potential.
Darcy, great job. I love to see how you're using all different kind of mediums to connect to the world around you. Fantastic job. Now, let's go to our judges, starting with ladies first this time. Lexi.
Darcy is an amazing artist. I like that she has found her passion in vlog style videos and has stayed consistent with it. Her audience knows what to expect when they come to her channel. I enjoyed from her videos that she is always promoting or encouraging the viewer to be creative or do something positive in their day-to-day life.
Thanks, Lexi. Justin, what are your thoughts?
So I have a lot of respect for what Darcy has done so far. Darcy, you've uploaded over 250 videos already, so that shows a lot of dedication, a lot of hustle, a lot of hard work, and just like my hat's off to you, kudos. It shows you're doing some great work, you've got a lot of creativity, and I think that you're serving the art community like really, really well. I imagine if I'm in high school and I'm thinking, what would it look like if I actually pursued this type of a career? Like you would be the exact kind of person that I'd want to follow. I love that you've had a lot of videos that have a great success. It seems like you've had a couple early like viral successes, which is really fantastic. You've ridden the highs, you've ridden the lows. I know what it's like to have breakout videos, but then also to come back and have my average views be less than this viral success. And so I think to me what that communicates is it shows your resiliency. It shows your just willingness to show up day after day, week after week, serving your community. And I think that's going to go a really long way for you, your continued growth and success on the platform.
Definitely. Some pro advice there. And finally, Christopher.
Darcy, I love the video. I just want to say this is what social media is all about. It's about telling your story. And many times we just see people like telling a story like this. You have first level where people will just post a picture or a video, and then you actually have this docu-series type of filming where you have to really understand how much time, energy, planning goes into this. So Darcy, I believe that God is going to answer your goals and your dreams. He's going to use you in a mighty way. I love the content. I love the submission. And just continue staying faithful. When you do this docu-series type of content, the amount of time it takes, sometimes we don't see the reaction or we don't see the numbers or we don't see the response right away. But many times what you see is you see the response after 10 years, 20 years, or a great amount of time when people actually look back and they see your growth and how far you came. And even for yourself, like looking back 7 years and seeing the early content compared to how it has grown to today, it's such a blessing. So keep up the good work. And for anybody that's looking to create content in this type of way, this I would suggest is one of the best forms. This docu-series, letting people come into your life, seeing your struggles, seeing the good, the bad, starting from the beginning, taking them through the end, and then also showing them the highlights and the updates. So I love it. I think this is a great submission.
Some wise words indeed. Thank you, Christopher. So as the judges' scores come in, we see that Darcy also has some pretty high rankings as well, with a 44, 42, and 36, giving her an overall score of 41. When we return, does a Canadian cinematographer have what it takes to win? Find out after the break. Welcome back. Our next contestant is a filmmaker and vlogger joining us from Toronto, Canada. Welcome, Dwight. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty great.
Tell our viewers at home a bit about yourself and what you've been doing since graduating with film.
Since I've been graduating with film, I've been constantly making videos every single day, like of my travels and what I've been doing ever since graduation. So just filming stuff.
Dwight, what gives you purpose with the kind of content you've been creating?
The kind of purpose that I do for creating is just making new things or trying out new stuff in order to make better stuff for the future, because every time I make something, that's practice for something for the future, and it just keeps on going and going.
Okay, let's check out Dwight's 1-minute submission, eh?
Hey guys, my name is Dwight Ray, and I am a content creator from Toronto, Canada. What do I think about the Haystack contest? I think it is a great opportunity to share my story and share other people's story through media, and I think it would be a cool idea to do stuff for the Adventist church and making their media grow bigger. What would you be expecting if I won this contest? I would be making probably these short form docs about what people do in their Christian walk and how they feel about their Christian walk. And I just love creating stuff. So since I'm graduated, I thought it would be a cool idea to run for this contest, and now I'm a finalist. So thank you for your consideration. My name is Dwight Ray, and that's all. Hope I win. But if not, I'll keep on creating. All right, toodles.
Dwight, I love the optimism. Great video. Now, from one YouTuber to another, Justin, what's your take?
Dwight, where I see you starting off right now, when I compare that to kind of what I started off with, I'm really jealous, if I'm honest. I never got to go to school like you did. I was, filming with a GoPro, trying to figure out how do I even frame a shot, much less color it and edit it and all of those things. And I just think you've got so much going for you. You've got all the raw skills and talents. Your shots look great, and from a lot of the videos that I watch, the coloring and everything else is beautiful. One thing that I did find that I would encourage you to pursue a little bit more is a direction and a purpose. You have a lot of the tools that you need to capture something beautiful, but at the end of it all, it really comes down to a good, compelling story. It comes down to knowing your audience well and serving them well. So one thing I would encourage you to do is just to do a little bit more work, honing in your target market and really what is the value proposition that you have for them. I think when you dial those things in together, you're going to be amazing. You're going to create amazing, beautiful work, and I think you can go really far.
Some great points there. Thanks, Justin. Chris, what stood out to you?
Dwight, love the personality, love your originality. I love the energy that you bring, and I love even the fact that you said if you win, you would use the resources, and if not, you'll continue creating. Great. I love the footage that you used in there. One suggestion I would have used was tell a story. Bring in somebody who you would have filmed. Use a friend and use them and show what you would have done right here. Give us a glimpse of it. And that's what I have suggested. I just wanted a little more to know exactly how exactly you would tell the story. And that's my suggestion of how you could have better used the video at the time. I love that you introduced yourself. I love that you showed your personality, but also give us a little more of how that content would look like. What exactly your plan was, what shots you would use, how you would tell the story, and that would have been really great, because it would have hit home, and we would been excited, or I would have been more excited to see exactly how you would have created the content.
Okay, and finally, Lexi, what comments do you have for Dwight?
I love Dwight's enthusiasm, and I feel from his videos that he genuinely enjoys creating content, and I feel his passion when he speaks about his work and wanting to continue creating content moving forward. Your video style is so clean and sharp. I noticed on your page that you do have 2 different styles of videos currently, a vlog type and professionally shot video. I would suggest to pick one style, stick with it, and really put all of your energy into it, and possibly work a little bit on your on-camera delivery.
And with all the judges' scores in, that gives Dwight a 26, 36, and 24, giving him a cumulative score of 29. When we return, we'll meet our final contestant in the short form category. So stay right here on the Haystack.
The time we spend in worship goes beyond just gathering in a church building. A Christ-centered campus is all about the community. A community that spends time worshiping, praying, and growing together. At Southwestern Adventist University, we are knights who worship a king to advance knowledge, faith, and service for the betterment of everyone. Right here, right now, it's nighttime. It's your time. Come and be Swau.
Hey, welcome back to the Haystack's Creator Awards. Our final contestant in the short form category comes to us from Addie, Washington. So I understand you own your own media company. What led you on that journey?
Yeah, I do. It's a long story, but the short story of it is that when I was younger, I had a passion for photography. And once I came into the church and I started working with my wife in her music ministry, I realized that we needed to kind of catalog all the things that we're doing, all the future things that we're doing, all the stuff that we've done before. And video just seemed like the right thing to do. And it just kind of evolved from the vlog style YouTube videos into mini documentaries, music videos, ads, and promotional stuff. And it's just really taken off, and I just love every second of it.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing your skills with us. Let's check out your submission video and see what the judges think.
Hello, my name is Ernie Hernandez, and I am the founder and owner of New Creation Media. I am an audio engineer, a videographer, and a photographer. I am one part of a music ministry with my wife, Laura Williams, and together we have traveled all over the U.S., putting on concerts and sharing the gospel. Now in my professional career, I've been given a great opportunity to work with incredible people that are evangelists and pastors and music ministries and big media ministries. But the one thing that I've been wanting to do for a very long time is to give back to my local community. So my idea is this: what if we captured people's testimonies? What if we captured that through the means of film? Now hear me out about this. Look at the great success that the Human of Adventism documentary had, right? They did so well because it was practical, because it was real. It was showing real Christians in the here and now living their lives. I simply want to get to the point of why they have chosen to live a life for Christ and give it the medium of film, give it the medium of cinematography. And with that, I will leave you with my idea. I pray that whatever happens next, it is all for the glory of God.
Wow, Ernie, that's fantastic. I love the strategic mind that you have and your approach to videography. Sounds like you've got big plans. Let's turn it over to the judges now and see what they think of those plans. Christopher?
Ernie, I love the content. I love the concept. I love the idea. I love it, love it, love it. Quality on point. I love the experience. I love you telling your story. I would suggest do it. Show us the testimony. Show us the footage that you want to create. Just create the content. Jump right into it. Just do it as if you had all the resources, everything already. show us the quality, tell the story in that time, in that 1 minute, and then wrap up your whole entire video that you made in 10 seconds or in the last 15 seconds. So utilize 45 seconds for telling that amazing story, getting right to the point. I see that you used an example of Humans of Adventism. Great platform, amazing content. Create your 45-minute testimony right there, and then use the 15 seconds to tell your story. Capture us, because right now you're still telling us about a concept, and you could have just went right in. So that's my overall critique. Again, love your video. It was great. Love the quality. Love your concept. And I do believe that this is going to be a really great ministry and idea that you have. But again, dive right in. Just do it.
Thanks, Chris. Lexi?
I think Ernie's passion for promoting Christian values and its lifestyle is very evident. I feel his passion is for sharing other people's stories, and given the opportunity, he could provide some really nice videos around that topic.
Some solid feedback. Thanks, Lexi. And last but not least, Justin.
Hey Ernie, good to see you on here. I'm glad to see that you made it to the finals. We sat down for coffee a number of years ago, and I remember you sharing your vision with me about what you wanted to do when it came to music production and ministry and storytelling, and I'm so amped to see that you've continued the journey this far. I've watched a lot of your music videos. You know that I'm a consumer of your content, and I'm a huge fan. Also, of course, it does feel good to know that the Humans of Adventism documentary, which I was a part of, was an inspiration to you, and I'm really grateful for that. I can't wait to see what kind of stories you're able to capture. I can't wait to see what else is going on in your journey. And I think the fact that you are not only chasing a big goal when it comes to the work that you want to create, but also documenting it vlog style and sharing the behind the scenes, the ups and the downs. I think that both of those in tandem are really, really valuable. And I just want to encourage you and wish you the best of luck. I think what you're doing is awesome, and I wish you all the best.
So with the judges' scores coming in, they've given Ernie a 42, a 38, and a 40, meaning a cumulative score of 40. In our next segment, we'll meet our micro content creators from TikTok, Instagram, and more. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Is important to me because it combines two amazing things that I'm passionate about: visual storytelling and doing something for God's kingdom.
You live at the cross-section of cinema, religion, and worldview, then absolutely this program is for you.
It's not only filmmakers, anyone can join this program.
Welcome back to the Haystack. You've seen just a sliver of the many short-form content creators who submitted. Now, we move on to highlighting Adventist creatives in the micro-content category. Our first micro-content creator comes to us straight from the ATL. Amishadai, you excited?
Thanks so much for having me. I am excited and so honored to be around so many talented individuals.
So, for those just meeting you for the first time, who is Amishadai?
I'm from Jonesboro, Georgia, and as a creative, I love making Christian skits and comedy.
What gives you the energy to keep making this content on a frequent basis?
I love making the gospel relatable to people. I love seeing them smile, seeing them laugh, but also seeing them walk away with a good word. And that's what I really believe that God has put in my heart to share.
Wonderful. Let's check out your video to the judges and then get their thoughts.
Good morning, family. Good morning, family. Hello, family. You know, many people on social media always try to sell you something.
If you want to be a millionaire just like me, click on the link below to find your free training now.
Want to be cool like me? Then click on my free training below. I got you. You see, what they try to sell you is temporary, but what we have to give is eternal. The gospel is the only thing that can transform your lifestyle, renew your mind, and positively affect every sector of your life. The gospel is relevant to people even today, and I enjoy helping people to see how.
He said, how often do we forget to put our retainers? We get saved, we get those braces in our mouth, but then when we take them off, we don't want to put our retainers to keep us from sin, to keep us from going back to what we used to be before.
God is not preparing a blessing for you. God is preparing you for your blessing.
Baptize me! Jesus, through the parables, made the gospel relatable, impactful, and inspiring. And we have the amazing opportunity to do the same. It will be an honor to make videos for Haystack, but most importantly, represent Christ. My name is Missionaries Grandjean. Thanks for the opportunity, and be blessed, family. Bye.
Missionaries, I love your relatable approach to content creation. Let's kick off our first micro content category feedback with Justin.
Can I just say that I love that this is an actual category of content that we're actually able to support content creators doing this. I think that it's awesome that there are people out there that are really going for TikTok and Reels and all the other short form contents, because honestly, let's be real, that's where the massive opportunity is right now. And so I'm stoked about that. Amishtai, you're doing some great stuff. I love your blend of humor and contents and just the way that you're bringing your personality to the table. One little piece of advice that I would give you is that in the beginning of every one of your videos, you do this, good morning, what's our word for the day, or some type of interaction like that. And from what I understand on TikTok, it's that first half second that you have the ability to grab someone's attention. And so I would encourage you to consider reworking the introduction of each one of your videos. Maybe not having that consistent tie-in, hey, good morning, what's going on, fam? And doing that type of a thing, I think that for the passive scroller, you might actually lose their attention right away. You're doing some good stuff, you're expressing creativity, I love the heart behind it, but just maybe thinking a little bit more about the platform specific and what are some of the unique opportunities and challenges that TikTok specifically has to face when you know that everyone's gonna be swiping through quickly and content is super short. You may not have enough time to just do a standard introduction in every video.
Thanks, Justin. Lexi, what expertise would you like to share?
Your content is so relatable and keeps viewers hooked all the way until the end. I appreciate your creativity and putting in the effort each video to come up with original content. I like that your videos are easy to understand and funny, but in the end, you do have a point or a purpose to wrap it all up. Keep up the good work in refining your TikTok skills.
And finally, Christopher, you've got some major keys for effective preaching. What can you share on this?
I think this is great. I love your originality. I love your character, how you came on. You gave some personality there. And I would say I like how you put the format of the video together. You introduced, you edited it great, and then you showed us some of your content. So now it makes me want to come in and follow you and see exactly what you're doing. I really love it. I think it's great. As far as critique, I don't see any critique right here. As of right now, I think the content is amazing, and I look forward to what you'll be creating.
Some solid feedback there for Amishadai. As the judges' scores come in, we see he gets a 32, a 42, and a perfect 50 with an overall score of 41. A good score to kick off our micro-content category, but we still have to meet two more finalists. When you return, a Michigan TikToker who has been mentoring youth shows us his skills. So, don't you go anywhere.
Jesus is coming so he can take everyone with him who, knowingly or not, wants to be a part of his new world. Initially, he will not stay on earth with them, so there will be something like a rapture, but there's absolutely nothing secret about it. Since many of those whom Jesus wants to take with him will already be decomposed into dirt, he has to create them anew from memory. This resurrection is probably the clearest sign of Jesus' second coming. So if you happen to meet a Messiah out on the street and the dead are not being resurrected from their graves, you can help him find a good therapist.
Welcome back to the Creator Awards. We have just met our first contestant for the micro content category. And we're ready to meet our second. Coming to us now from Michigan. Welcome, Eric. How are you feeling right now?
I am extremely excited.
So you're making mostly TikTok videos up in Michigan. Is that right?
Yes, I am currently residing in Berrien Springs, Michigan, and I have been active on practically all platforms of social media, but I've been really focused on TikTok because of its amazing organic reach, just putting out short form content there and really trying to reach youth and youth leaders.
As you make these videos, what do you feel gives you purpose?
What gives me purpose is introducing young people to Jesus Christ, having them know who He is so we can all be in heaven together. That's what gives me purpose. Also, I believe that if you just mentor a young person, you can change their life for the better. And it's something that I wish I had growing up, and so I want to do that for others.
That's awesome of you to pass that mentorship along. Well, let's turn it over to your video for the judges and get a little more mentorship from them.
Hello judges, my name is Eric Jean-Baptiste. I am a father and husband living in Berrien Springs, Michigan, and this is why I believe I should be considered. For the past 2 years, I've been really utilizing TikTok due to its great organic reach. When you use comedy, memes, and of course trends in the right way, you can really catch a lot of people's eyes. How did that get in there? I believe being on the app has taught me that you need to be creative, you need to be consistent, and you need to understand your audience in order to really captivate them and engage with them so that they will be able to consume the content, but also understand that this is about how amazing and great Jesus is. And I believe that I could do that on the Haystack in this platform.
Jesus loves you!
All right, spreading the gospel by any means necessary.
So I figured out how to keep young people in the church. You have conversations with them. But guys, it works though. It works. Come on.
Eric, I love how you really emphasize engagement and not just creating content. Let's go now to our judges to get their responses to Eric's content, beginning with Lexi.
Eric, I enjoy your videos as they include funny and relatable memes. You are taking the time to find the meme, find the music, and the punchline. I also like that you have found your niche and passion with youth ministry. Finding your niche early on, especially on platforms like TikTok, is a great start. I would suggest to try new things on TikTok, showing off your personality, and coming up with some original content, like you did with your ministry tip videos.
Valuable points, Lexi. Thank you. Let's go to Chris now.
Eric, love your video. Love exactly what you were doing, how you're utilizing TikTok. I like how you told your story. You had your kids involved. It was really original. And then I like how you utilize memes with the van driver and church elders. So this is really good content. I know that this will resonate with a lot of people, and I think it would be great. One critique will just quality, and this is the thing where when it comes to Instagram and TikTok, you don't really need just the best quality, but hopefully with the resources that you get, if you're a winner, then you could definitely up the quality and be even more creative. So keep up the good work, brother.
That's great feedback. I think all our creators can definitely use. Finally, Justin, what do you think?
Eric, I'm sure you're wondering if I noticed the rice. I did notice the rice. Good touch. That's a great example of knowing your audience and knowing how you can play to your strengths using your comedy and personality. That being said, on your TikTok specifically, I noticed that was surprisingly absent. You're doing a great job of contextualizing memes and the culture and all of that, but one of the things that I find more intriguing when people are trading on memes is how they bring their personality to the table. And so a lot of your videos have, these great themes, these great ideas, even like relevant music to it. But one thing that I've noticed is you're just hanging out there and not necessarily contributing your personality to the videos itself. I'd love to see you explore that a little bit more. For example, you did the video with Noah being the very first Pokemon catcher. that could be a great opportunity to dress up like Ash, to run around with a bunch of Pokemon figures or something along those lines instead of just sitting there with a meme floating over your head. So you're doing a great job. I've been a supporter of your ministries for the last several years. I'm encouraged by what you do. Again, thinking of what is this platform about and contextualizing everything about what you're doing rather than just repurposing someone else's memes and showing it on your platform.
Great as always, Justin. Thanks for that feedback. Now, let's take a look at the judges' scores as they come in. Eric receiving a 20, a 28, and a 44, resulting in a final score of 31. Well, we are almost at the end of our finalists, but we have one more quality creator to meet. She started a TikTok channel only 4 months ago and already has 50,000 followers that she engages and prays with daily. You're not going to want to miss this when we come back.
The first goal of every sermon is to be direct and simple. This is how Jesus preached. We should preach sermons so that the kids in the pews can be amazed and be in tuned, but also the scholars in the back can say, Amen. Preaching is all about bringing the Word of God to life and showing that the Word of God is living and still relevant to today. True preaching is an invitation to embrace Jesus into our arms and to have Jesus afresh in our minds. I'm Christopher Finley, and this is my new book, 7 Keys to Highly Effective Preaching.
Welcome back. We have our final contestant of the micro content category and of tonight's Creator Awards. Located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but joining us now from her family's home of Dayton, Ohio. Welcome, Sierra.
Thank you. So good to be here with you.
Now, if I understand this correctly, you only make content when the Spirit prompts you. Is that right?
Absolutely, that is 100% true. I actually started TikTok in April, and it was totally prompted by the Holy Spirit. I was just having one night just in my room, and the Holy Spirit said, start going on TikTok, Sierra, and I was like, what? And I always felt the prompting throughout my life, and people always spoke to me about TikTok, but I never went for it because I didn't feel like it was time. But I knew in that moment it was time, and so I began making an account and posting, and then one night God gave me a specific word, and not even 3 hours in, it blew up. And I was just watching God do literally the impossible. We went from 100 to 13K in like one day, and it blew my mind. That was all God. So I've given the platform fully to Him and only speak when He tells me to.
Well, thank you for sharing your spiritual gifts with the world and your time with us. Let's check out your submission video and then go to the final round of judges' feedback.
Hello, beautiful people. What a blessing to be with you. My name is Sierra Scribner, and this is God's platform. 2 months ago, God put in my spirit to go on TikTok. Now, obedience leads to peace, so I obeyed. See, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Now, I want you to listen to this. I want you to think of a person coming home from work and they are tired. They're beaten down by anxiety. Their marriage is falling apart. They have a specific problem going on in their lives. And they think, well, I'm going to scroll mindlessly through TikTok and numb the pain. But at the same time, they are in their dungeon of thoughts. God sees them and drops in my spirit what to record on TikTok. In this moment, they realize as they sit and watch the video that this is speaking directly to their heart. They find hope, new life, true meaning, and healing in Jesus' mighty name. See, this is a platform for the Holy Spirit to speak into someone's life. If I win, I would prayerfully start a YouTube channel to help people grow, to create also a larger audience so more will live in victory in Jesus' name. This equipment would help me enhance the quality and be helpful in editing and creating the content the Holy Spirit says and creates through me. God has brought His people to listen and follow, even with me only recording on my phone. Glory to God. Faithfulness to God will always be rewarded, and more glory to Him.
Sierra, I am so touched by your God-first forward content creation. Great job. Let's begin with our expert on curating content for a mostly female audience, Lexi.
Right off the bat, Sierra, I feel your passion in your videos. You know your stuff, you know your audience, and there's no fluff when it comes to you. It seems like each of the videos you are putting out has a purpose, and you're not just putting out content to put out content. You're also very engaging with your audience. If you scroll through your TikTok channel, you can see that you're also making videos from your viewers' comments. You have a great career ahead of you. Keep it up.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lexi. Justin, want to give us your final thoughts for the night?
Sierra, I just want to say thank you for choosing to step on the platform for a number of reasons. One, because I know it's always scary to show up in a new place and to share your perspective, and I think you do it exceptionally well. But also thank you because you've kind of inspired me as well. You know, I have a lot of friends like Kevin who are out on TikTok, other people that are out there doing ministry, and I've always wondered, like, what could I possibly do? I can't dance, I can't do all the things that most TikTokers are known for. And when I was watching your videos, I was inspired. I was like, man, this girl is speaking from the heart. I can sense the Spirit on her. I really feel like you're accomplishing something important here. And also, you've inspired me. I feel like now I'm going to take my potential TikTok game a little more seriously and consider throwing my hat in the ring as well. You're doing a great job. I think your passion and your clarity comes through. I like how single-minded you are. It's very clear who you are and what you're about on this platform, and so I think that's a massive strength, and keep doing it. Like, it's working, and I want to see what God's going to build using this as a foundation to see what are the doors open and what are the opportunities you get. But you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Justin. And now for the final key to highly effective content creation, Chris.
Sierra, from the minute I started to watch your content, the Holy Spirit started to speak to my heart. The passion that you bring to your content is amazing, and I believe that God is leading you in this ministry. One critique I will give as far as like your utilizing of TikTok is this. I believe that like just utilizing the cell phone and that quality has truly been working for you. So if that's how you've built your audience and that's how they've resonated with you on TikTok, if you could keep it that way, that may even work better, because it has this raw, real life footage where we connect with you. If you are going to start a YouTube, amen, praise God, then you can have more high quality content over there. But if TikTok is really what's working for you and it's growing, I believe that you just continue to stay consistent, and in no time you'll have 1 million followers. You already got 54,000 and you said you created it 2 months ago. Continue to stay consistent, continue to pray, and for God to utilize you, and it will grow and develop. And then you can, branch out from there. But yeah, keep up the great work.
Well, that brings in our final numbers for the night. So, going to the stats, we see Sierra has garnered a solid 50, a 46, and a 48, giving her an overall score of 48. If you've been tracking the scores, you'll know who won. But our finalists have not been shown each other's scores. So, when we come back, our winners will learn for the first time who won. Stay tuned for our final segment where we announce the winners of the Haystack's Creator Awards.
Oh, hello, friend! Do you find yourself wanting to stay in touch with major changes happening in the Adventist Church?
Do terms like unity, compliance committees, or the Commission on the Role of Women in the Church, aka the 1990 General Conference Session vote, confuse you?
And are you tired of scrolling through pages of articles? Or hours of Facebook video just to get an overview of what's going on?
That's hooey! Now you can get everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less.
Introducing The Scratch, your brief overview of Seventh-day Adventist news delivered right to your inbox each week.
Want to dive deep on stories that matter to you? Click the hyperlinks to read the full articles.
But, Ryan Becker, what if I'm new to all this?
Not to worry, Kevin Christensen. Our glossaries and in-depth histories will catch you up on everything you need to know.
Sign up at thescratchnews.com to get your free Adventist news in 5 minutes or less each week.
Welcome back to the grand finale of the Haystack's Creator Awards. We hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. We definitely have. And now the results are in. It's time to announce the winners for each category. As a reminder, each winner will receive $1,000 of new gear, mentorship from tonight's judges, and $250 a month to continue their ministries of being modern-day digital missionaries. It's our prayer that more Adventist creators would be inspired to share the first century gospel with 21st century methods. And if you're a leader who can support creatives in your community, that you would not only encourage them, but actually equip them to succeed. Now, the winners for the short form content category. Our second place winner for the short form category is Darcy Denton. Congratulations, Darcy. Now, what do you want to say to the aspiring creatives at home watching you?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Definitely keep doing what you love. I think the biggest reason I keep this up is because I do enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. And if you keep doing it, if you're consistent and you keep staying true to what you enjoy doing, then I believe you'll always find success.
And now in the first place, the winner of the short form category is Andrew. Congratulations. What are your thoughts as the first ever Creator Awards winner?
Well, first of all, congratulations to you for finding the winner. And I want to give glory to God and praise the Lord for all the talent He's given me and all the wisdom and guidance. And this may be a sign for me because I've been wondering what my calling is, and my friends have been telling me it's videos, but I wasn't sure because I have other talents. So this might be a good sign that maybe I'm heading in the right direction with how I use my time and my talents and gifts for the Lord. And I'm very happy to hear this and encouraged to keep going and doing content for the Lord.
How exciting. Now, let's conclude with our final winner of the night for the micro content category. Our first place winner for the micro content category is Sierra Scribner. Congratulations! As the first place category winner, what do you want to say to anyone else who might feel inspired to start creating content?
I want to tell people that God is faithful and He's honest, and what He's put inside you, He will bloom out of you. And He's so good. I don't know. I don't have words. What? Stop. What? I literally don't have words. I'm left speechless. I'm honored to be His. Yeah.
Well, that brings our show to a close. A special thanks to our judges, Christopher Finley, Justin Koo, and Lexi Center. And congrats to all the finalists tonight. Thank you to Kevin Christensen and Matt Webster for producing this show, and the team of the Scratch Media who brought it all together. A special thanks to the Ohio Conference for hosting us, and most importantly, the support of Adam Fenner and the Adventist Learning Community of the North American Division for believing in Adventist creatives and making this all possible. My name is Sam Pomales, and it has been my honor to host you tonight. Thank you, and good night.